truth live from where they decree it. Sylvia speaks, no filter, no buffer. Courtroom drama couldn't get any tougher.
When the gavel's first bang, to the witness stands tears. Sylvia's lens captures all your hopes and fears. Uploading justice one trial at a time. Tune in every moment, edges sublime.
Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Faces tell stories, the courtroom can't hide. Sylvia's insights cut through the divide. From jury talks to the lawyer's secret. In Sylvia's world, you know you'll need it. Behind the scenes where whispers are loud, her lens reveals the truth in the crowd. Courtroom secrets laid bare to see. Stay curious with Sylvia Spree. Every objection, every sharp retort, Sylvia's there to give you the report. Exclusive footage no one else can snag. From catchy headlines straight to the tag. Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show.
Faces tell.
Hi guys, it's me, Sylvia. How you guys doing? Oh, I am so tired, y'all. Not gonna be on here too long, but I wanted to tell you guys what happened today and why the court has been postponed. Postponed to sometime around November. We don't know exactly when, because the judge has to check his calendar. But we know Mr. Steele is not going to be around for a few months because he's preparing to do the Lil Durk trial. So they would have to wait till after that trial is over for him to be available to do another trial. So let's talk about what happened today. Okay. What occurred today, this afternoon, was there was some debate in regarding to some jurors, and I was like in the hallway. Oh, I'm sorry. I was like in the hallway, and there was like chatting in the hallway, and I did not know what was going on. But I heard the lady at the front mention that they were going to bring the jurors in, 2 jurors, to discuss, to do a voir dire of the 2 jurors, and to find out what exactly was on the jurors' mind. Well, let me tell you what happened. They brought the young lady in, juror number 44. Or was it 40, 42? It was one of those high numbers. Brought the juror in. And they started questioning her in regard to item number 47. 40, no, 40, that's what it is. Item number 40. And the question was, what does she mean in regarding to her religious belief, right? Because it's like the second juror that mentioned something about their religion. And she was asking them, they was asking her about what does she mean in regarding to her belief in. So she explained to them that she didn't believe in judging people. And that basically clashes with her belief. And so, and further questioning her, they found out that she was able to differentiate the difference in her belief and what was going on in the court. Basically, she's able to listen to the judge's direction and withdraw to the innocence and what is being put in the court system. And they ask her the question again, and she basically made them have an ease on how she felt about her religion and passing judgment. They asked her, does she believe that Ms. Boles is innocent until proven guilty? She said yes. So she got off from the jury area, and when she went and sat back in the hallway. Well, then they asked for juror number 14. Juror from number 14 was the same juror from yesterday that said that he felt that Ms. Boles was guilty, and that basically but he can be fair and impartial, even though he had that bias in him, right? So turn around. I'm sorry, I'm trying to eat lunch dinner as I talk to you. Turn around. What happened, right? Mrs. Still asked him point blank, basically, they found out that this particular juror was in the area talking to other jurors, and what he had found out in his finding. He basically said that this morning, when he went to ChatGPT to ask ChatGPT about Lacy Boles' case, he found out that the medical examiner had ruled that it was not possible for him to have committed suicide. And that basically he said that Miss Boles was guilty. He shared it with the other jurors. And so the other jurors, the other one also went and checked their findings in regard to this case. So they did not feel comfortable and they felt that she was guilty. She was guilty of everything that's being said. So Mr. Steele continued questioning him some more. Not only did they do a search, he brought 3 other individuals, one from the same panel that he was in, and the other one was from a different panel. And they all felt that basically Ms. Boles was guilty. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I'm reading Miss Kim's message. So, but the thing is, the judge started questioning him. And the judge asked him, did he not recall what he had said in regarding to him doing searches after the after he got sworn in, he got sworn. Then he goes and make an excuse about saying that he had the HDDHD, you know, that ADHD, and that he doesn't recall everything that was said to him in regarding to him searching the internet. So then the judge said, so you do not recall you was told not to do any research? He said he kind of remember, but he don't remember everything. So then the judge basically told him that he's gonna basically set up a hearing for him to be held in contempt. But before he leave, he asked, the judge asked him how many other people did he talk to? And did they do any kind of research themselves? He said, yeah, they did do research. Judge asked him how many people was it again? He claims he don't remember how many people. But then he turned around and said he told the clerk as well. He told the clerk. But it seemed like everybody that was the jurors, they all was talking to each other about the case. But he asked him, who else did you talk to? Remember, there was another juror who talked to his wife, but he claimed that he didn't talk about the case. He talked about something else that was on a movie or some mess like that. So he turned around after the judge told him basically that he's going to hold him in contempt and he's going to have a hearing. He gets off the stand and he says he's sorry. He apologized. He says, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And he walks out. So the judge asked the two sides to give their input on what they feel should happen. Mr. Steele basically said that the jury pool had been tainted, that you can't trust exactly what happened because you don't know who else has been involved and what was said, what was watched, and what was done. So then you turn around and he asked the state. Now, let me tell you how honest this state. I really like this prosecutor. Prosecutor Coles. He was totally honest, y'all. He says, I'm going to agree with Mr. Steele. He says, the problem that I have with all of this is that the other jurors who supposedly he talked to never came to one of us to tell that this person did this. So that means that the jurors that were talking to him also basically violated Miss Boles' rights in having a fair trial. So there's no possible way for her to have a fair trial when the whole jury pool has been tainted. So he says, I will agree with Mr. Steele in postponing this trial and to scrap it and start over. Scrap the whole jury selection and start over because we don't know what juror has been tainted by what was said and what was done. So there's no way we could trust this jury panel. So the judge says, let him think about it and he'll get back to them. So the judge left the bench and went to think about it. So when the judge came back, he says basically he really didn't have any decision to make because the two sides had agreed already on what to do. Now it's basically now they have to try to figure out when would be the best time to redo this whole jury selection thing because they're going to scrap everything. So they try to figure out to do it in the month of August. Then Mr. Steele announced basically that he's not going to be able to do it in August because he has a federal trial to start, which is Lil Durk's trial, and that he will not be around for that. And so they tried to figure out the date. They couldn't figure out a date. So they just left it hanging there. It's going to be sometime in November, but I don't know exactly what day in November or what time frame or whether or not it's going to be beginning of next year. So that is what happened. The jurors violated the judge's order by going on ChatGPT and reviewing what the case is all about. The guy said that he wanted to know what he was getting himself into before he sat down and become part of the jury. He wanted to know what he was going to get himself into. And he wanted to know what was the facts behind this case. And when he searched in ChatGPT, he made a comment that Ms. Boles is guilty. And it's going to be very hard, basically, for her to get past that. So that is what happened today in court. So the thing is now, this set of jurors did the ChatGPT reviewing the case and hearing what was said about Ms. Boles. Someone also sent me something. I think it was Kat, not William. Something posted on her X that came to my feed that the same thing happened with Chris Brown. The jurors basically violated by looking at the internet and basically saying that he was guilty. So can you imagine a lot of jurors out there Googling the case that they're working on and trying to see what the status and not what was on what was discussed in the evidence seeking process of the case. Can you believe that? Can you guys believe this? Yeah. Can y'all believe this? All right, y'all. Okay, she's Dallas is walking through here. Yeah, because you walk talk making noise while I'm on live. You go upstairs. Go upstairs. But anyway, sorry y'all. Me and Dallas having our powwow. She all up she all up in my business. But so that's what happened. So can you imagine other cases where jurors have been lying and saying that they know nothing about a particular case, but they already have their mind made up and they already prejudge and preconceive that this person is guilty or not guilty ahead of time. So all this lying that these jurors did, saying, "Oh, they can be impartial and all that," they already have their minds. Some of them have their minds made up by what they have researched about the particular case. So this set of jurors, at least he was honest enough to tell the truth, because you have some that's constantly lie. That's a scary thought, but I bet you're right, Sylvia. How can we really trust these trials? You can't. You can't trust these trials. And I'm telling you, especially, and then they try to act like they took so long with the verdict and stuff like that. They have their minds made up. They have their minds made up already. And these people are judging a person and they already have their mind made up about it. They're not really looking at the evidence in the case. It's the weirdest thing. And once the judge made a decision, the family of Daniel Akers did a frustrated sigh in regarding to this, because now they got to wait longer. They've been waiting 7 years or 6 years for a trial. Now it's been postponed because of the jurors. They can't be trusted. Yeah, the trial that's all over the news. Yeah. Yep. The outrage they see, I think that happens. You know what, Toy? I was gonna say the same thing. I think the same thing with Carmelo. It's so much news coverage and stuff that was being said that they had a mind made up in regard to Carmelo, and that's why he got murdered instead of manslaughter or the other one, reckless endangerment or whatever. They didn't even put that on the table. And because you saw the other case that I showed you guys in regard to the same situation like Carmelo. It's just the justice system is just not fair. We try to think it's fair, but it's not. Only time it becomes fair, you get a fair chance if you get an attorney like a Mr. Steele who's going to fight for you. Not everybody can afford a Mr. Steele type of lawyer, one that's really going to fight for you and make sure that all your rights are really addressed. You get what I'm saying? Because Mr. Steele was throwing out those motion, boom, boom, boom. When he was giving some concrete case laws and those. Because I kept telling you guys, listen to this. I kept telling you guys Monday when they did that motion and Mr. Steele got it to the point where the judge agreed with him for them to review the communication between the DA's office and the DA's office and the doctor, the doctor that did the examination, because his conclusion was changed. They want to see Mrs. Steele want to see what was the communication. Why did the autopsy person change his conclusion? They want to see what was the conversation, what was all about, what was the deal, but it was made behind the scene, or what happened. Because he really, I'm telling you, remember I told you when Mrs. Steele takes a case and the case seems like it's like a done deal, slam dunk against the person, and he's taking the case, and then he must know something that was not done right. We don't know what happened in regards to that thing. We don't know if anything was planted. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know. And that's why Mr. Steele wants every rock turned over, because he wants to know, he wants to make sure his client's rights is definitely there, that they're going to have to prove that this woman did it without a shadow of a doubt. And he's going to fight to the end. And I understand that the family definitely will need answers, but the fact that the possibility, one of the things they're saying that Mr. Akers was depressed, right? They were saying Daniel was depressed, and I guess it's hard for them to, the family, hard for them to fathom him even thinking of having a thought of suicide. You understand what I'm saying? But nobody knows what was going on behind closed doors in this relationship with them. You don't know if they was having marital problem and he just got tired of it and just like, hey, let me just end it. You don't know. Then the possibility of a suicide, most people don't want to believe that a loved one would do something like that. And especially those two was not getting along. The relationship was not that good. And for the father to hire Mr. Steele and spending that kind of money to hire Mr. Steele, that means he definitely believed that his daughter's innocence. Not everybody has that kind of money just to throw away on an attorney like that. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Everything is not always like it's like we just have to keep an open mind of what's happening. And remember, the DA that was originally on this case, that DA is gone. This is a brand new DA that's on this case. Hey, Dwayne, this is a brand new DA that's on this case. You don't know what happened prior to this. You don't know why the DA is gone. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? We don't know. I know Dwayne say, shake my head. I understand. Dwayne, I feel your pain. I do understand, you guys. But we have to make sure that everything that is being said and told is the truth and the fact. Why would a jury go and violate the judge's order? Why? Why? Why would you go and search for something and you swore that you will not go and check anything out, that you're going to depend on the evidence that's being given at the trial? Why? See, my grandson's uncle did this just last Sunday, and we were shocked. Nobody had a clue. We don't know what's going on in people's head. We don't know what's happening. We don't know why certain things happening. We don't know. And I feel so bad for the family because they want answers. They want answers. And and if it's everything's showing and looking like it's a possibility that the wife, and I can understand how they could feel like that, especially if they feel that, say, somebody has some extramarital situation going on outside. And I understand. And I do get it. But if she is not the one who actually did this and he unalive himself, you just gotta trust the process. It's horrible. He seems so happy. Are you talking about your grandson's uncle? We don't know what's going on in people's mind. We don't know why they would want to take their own life. We don't know. We don't know. And they said that she touched evidence, and everything's just kind of weird to me. It's just weird. It's just weird. She was in the hospital. She gave consent for them to search her house. It was just weird. It's a lot of weirdness behind it. But I just want the facts to be out. That's it. The facts of the case. And not the emotions. Just facts. And a lot of individuals that are, waiting on this case, they're dealing with emotion. They're dealing with emotion. It hurts for a loved one to leave this earth in that type of manner. It hurts. And I am not blaming the family at all for her, for how they feel. And I understand a lot of people want some answer, and they just, she's the closest thing to that. But suppose she didn't do it. Suppose he actually unalive himself. Suppose that really happened. And some people are saying, oh, maybe it's insurance. Well, I don't know anything about insurance. I want to hear the case. I want to hear what evidence they have on. If something is fishy, then we just have to admit it's fishy. And my thing is, why did the juror go and do that? Why? And then try to persuade other jurors and telling them that was not cool. And for the other jurors not to come and tell the judge, that's not. Somebody happened to hear it. Because one of the things the judge did say, he says, in the courtroom, we have ears and eyes everywhere. That's what he told the gentleman. He says, there's eyes and ears everywhere. Even though you might think that you're talking about something, there's other people that can be around and hear what you're saying. He kept apologizing. The guy kept saying, apologize. I'm sorry. But I wanted to know what I was getting into. Want to know what he was getting into? What does that mean? He wanted to know what he was getting into. What punishment that he's going to be held in contempt. There's going to be a hearing set forth for that juror. And here's the thing. He's one, but we don't know about the other jurors that violated the judge's order as well, because it was others. He didn't give the name of the jurors. He just said he talked to other people, and they researched, they looked at the internet as well. He snitched on the other ones. He says there's others that researched, and from what he's seen, she's guilty. And there was jurors that don't want to be on the case. I don't know. Yeah, he did wrong, y'all. He was wrong. He was absolutely wrong. And you swore that you would not go and search anything about the case. And what you do? The next morning you go and search GPT. And Chat GPT says, hey, she's guilty. The likelihood of her being guilty is there because she lied. She switched things. You laughing at me? Oh. Can the judge make him give out the names? He said he didn't know the name. They asked him the name of the jurors. He said he didn't know their name. He didn't know their name. Then he said that he rode with two of them, and one was in his panel and the other ones weren't in his panel. So there was some crossover panels that participated in the shenanigan. And the best way to do it is dismantle the whole jurors process. because you can't trust because the other jurors didn't come. Like if somebody comes to you and tell you, "Hey, I believe that she's guilty," and why would you not come to the judge say, "Your Honor, this juror came up to me and said that he believed as jurors that the defendant is guilty." So that means they were holding that in as well because they should have told. They're supposed to tell if somebody comes to you and try to talk to you about the case. And they did, and he did talk to those jurors, and those jurors never came clean and tell the judge, "Hey, this person," will tell the juror, whoever handles the juror handlers, I don't know what they're called. They never came to them and to say, "Hey, this person came up to me and they said they searched." They didn't do that. And that means there's been this dishonesty with the other jurors. So you won't know. He says you don't know if it fed with the others, went on and on and on. So you don't know. You really don't know. And you already know one juror already talked to his wife, which he wasn't even supposed to talk. Because that's one of the things the judge did say to him. If somebody asks you, somebody in your family, just tell them you can't talk about it until the case is over with. Don't even tell them what case you're doing. And what did they do? They went and he talked to his wife and said he claims that he was talking about a movie or something like that. He sat there and lied. They were lying. And they had their biases and their judgments already against her. And there was no possible way for her to have a fair trial with that group of jurors. And because it was one guy, he said right up front that he already had his bias and he got off. He said he can't change it. He already knows about it. There was one that said that he talked to his grandma and them that already told him about the case, and he can't. It was quite a few of them that were saying the same stuff, and they let those people go. But the ones that were still sitting there that had been talking to each other about the case had their minds made up already, and which would have not been a fair trial to her. So, and some people probably wanted to get on the jury to get her. Because it seemed like it's a small town and everybody wants answers to this situation, and it didn't matter. That's what it seems like. And it's not fair to the family because the family's still not going to have any answers. And then one of the things he did say, he said he didn't understand this happened 7 years ago. Why no trial? Why this hasn't happened? So he was already trying to right the wrong that was done as far as how long it took for the trial to come about. He said change of venue. They could fight. Mrs. Steele could ask for that. Could change of venue, switch of venue. But what county do you think they're gonna go into that don't know anything about the trial? It's a mess. It's a mess, y'all. It's a big old mess. It's a big old mess. There's a case that I'm working on that they changing the venue. What was that case? It was a case I just recently. They're not ready. They're gonna change the venue, and they talk to the other judge, and the judge says that they can accommodate them. What case? There's a case I said I was doing. How old was the juror that did that? He looked like he was about in his 50s. He looked like he was about in his 50s. Older gentleman, Caucasian, like about 50 something. He wasn't no young chickadee. He had gray beard. So he looked like he was older. Yeah, well, that's very ridiculous. That you old enough to know better. You're old enough to know better. What is that case I just did that they doing a change of venue because they said the area was tainted. What? There's a case I was just doing. What was the case? Did I tell you guys what case it was? It's a case I'm doing now, and they changing it from. And they said that they're gonna wait till the judge get back. What was the case, y'all? Well, you say he definitely did that on purpose. But listen to this, y'all. He was one of the ones they questioned, and the Mr. Steele wanted him off, but the state wanted him on, right? And because he said what he said as far as he could be unbiased, the judge denied Mr. Steele's request for him to get off. You get what I'm saying? He said she's an old friend. Too many people in our county knows about this, that she is an old friend. Hey, Tiff. But so when Mrs. They should have let him. They should have let him remove him yesterday, and then he wouldn't have been able to taint the jury pool today. They should have just Mr. Steele, because Mr. Steele was fighting for him to get off, and anybody, and it seemed like all the ones that was doing some weird, crooked stuff, the state wanted them to stay on. You get what I'm saying? Just like that man, he said he talked to his wife. The state wanted him to stay on. Cause he and this is what he mentioned. This is what he mentioned on his thing. He said Ms. Bowl. This is the other guy who spoke with his wife. He said Ms. Bowl should have did something else before this happened. You hear this? She should have did something else. She had other choices to do before she did what she did. That's what he said. Just get out of it. She should have left him before she did what she did. And basically, he believes that she did it. You said who? Yeah, that's what he said. He said that. And so the state wanted him to stay on. And then Mr. Steele fought for that one. They finally decided to let him go. The judge ruled for him to let him go because Mr. Steele talked about how he went and talked to his wife about it, even though he was not supposed to say anything. But he claimed he was watching a movie, and the movie had some case like that, but he was lying. These people were lying. He said, "Hey, no, they didn't have a bad relationship that I personally saw." But listen, Tiffany, there is a phone recording that that Daniel did in regard to him and Lacy having an argument, and something was said about extramarital affair or something like that. I don't know exactly because I didn't hear the tape, but according to because there was some redaction that needs to be done on the tape, and the redaction says something about his family members told him about her cheating on him. You heard me, Tiffany? Supposedly that was on the recording. The recording they supposedly found. I'm sure they did fight. So that's what supposedly, allegedly. was on the recording. And they said everybody in the area. And supposedly there was another case in that area in regard to a lady who unalived her husband for some insurance. Somebody by the name of Heather. Do you know anything about a case like that? I never seen her lose her cool. You didn't? But we don't know what happens behind closed doors of any relationship. We don't know what happened when those people in the house by themselves. We don't know. So I can't speculate. All I'm going to do is tell you guys what was said at the courthouse and what the people said because they felt a lot of them felt that she was guilty. I wonder. I mean, that's a hard feeling to have everybody looking at you as if you did something and knowing that you didn't do it. That's a hard look. Um, on his side, they had about 15 people that came to the courthouse. When I try to count the number of people that was sitting on the prosecution side on behalf of Daniel, and on her side, she had about 7 people that sat behind me. I know her mom, her dad, this lady, I guess a friend, family friend, and this other lady, and this other lady, this guy. I think it was about 7 people on his side. I was thinking about that, how that affect her, and she probably more nervous now. Yeah, there's a lot of people who believe that she did it. They believe it, and it's pretty hard. And the great thing is she has her parents that's standing by her really, really strong. And his family want answers, and it's understandable. It's very understandable. And then I'm just upset that the juror did all that. And I heard that one of the bailiffs talk about that the judge should make him pay because they spent so much resources trying to get this trial on the way, and then boom, he turned around and did this. The bailiff said he needs to pay law and crime. He needs to pay the attorneys. He need to pay everybody that's been involved in this trying to get this case thing together. He needs to pay. The judge should make him pay. That would be a hard bill for that dude. But he did mess it up, violating the judge's order. He really messed up really bad. How is he gonna fix that? And we won't know who the juror is because we don't know his name. Yes, that's a very expensive bill, Van. A very expensive bill. Mr. Steele alone is an expensive bill. And yeah, I will be getting my interview with Mr. Steele very soon. We're gonna wait till he finishes little Dirk's thing, and then I'm gonna go down to his office and sit down with him and have a sit down one-on-one interview. Hot Doc Andrew says she also has God because she's a believer and a sister of Christ. Okay, Hot Doc Andrew, 2028. Okay. But I'm gonna just tell you guys right now, that courthouse treated me and Maurice with so much respect. We loved being there. It's a beautiful atmosphere. The court deputies, the officers are there are very, very respectful. They're very helpful. That is the best court experience that I've had out of all the courts that I've gone to. Because you know all the other ones, the bailiff and the officers, they have God complex that they can't do no wrong. Not these people. These people are very, very like accommodating, very friendly, very thoughtful, and we felt very good. And even when we got ready to leave, we were like the last ones in the building, Maurice and I. He can Google about the case, and he can see. He can Google what happens to jurors who breaks the law. Man, man. But I mean, why would you do that? Why would you? And then why the juror didn't tell? Why you didn't tell? Just do like the YSL jury. That woman told everything on everybody. She didn't care. She would tell. She told on William, Sir William. She said, I seen him before. He was videotaping me. Should do that the YSL lady. The one that I told that I ain't gonna tell you the nickname that I gave her. I ain't gonna do that. Cause I've promised no more nicknames, so I ain't gonna tell you. But that same one that I had given a nickname, she told everything. Everything somebody batted eye, she was gonna tell. Why did these tell on that guy? I would have told. He talked to me. Who is Maurice? Can someone please tell me? Maurice? J Fly, how you not know Maurice? Maurice is a camera guy from YSL. He works for Law and Crime. See, she's no Maurice is the camera guy, not the I don't. Hey, see, you know I'm not supposed to tell. I'm not supposed to give the nickname. See, she does too much. She's giving the name and the nickname. Oh, see, she just funny. She says, "Keep writing her." Yup, that's who told. She told everything. Yup, she sure did. She told everything. Ryder did tell on everybody. She ain't care. They got into a couple of fights a couple of times with Ryder. Yep. You know, you know who that was. And y'all know they were looking at my channel. Y'all know they were, right? Because how did they know that I was giving them nickname? How did they know I was giving them nickname? Because they were watching me. They can't tell a lie. That how do you know? How you know that it hurt your feeling about the nickname? Hmm. Then what happened? I end up getting in trouble. If they wasn't watching it, we would never known I gave those nicknames. So we knew they were watching. They lied. You're not supposed to be looking at my channel. If you're in a jury, you're not supposed to be looking at my channel. Remember I told you how they kept looking at me when I was in the cafeteria that time? They kept looking at me, and I knew right there and then they were watching me. They side-eyed at me because they trying to figure out who is who in the nicknames. How you know I called y'all a nickname? If you wasn't watching. Yep, Miss Sylvia. Miss Love was nice to you at first, and you know you see you know it. They all. I'm telling you, just like when I go to Cobb County, right? Cobb County is the suckiest county as far as me getting my Rule 22. They always come back and bring me my past. Talk about, oh, I gave the juror a nickname. Oh, the judge admonished me. Oh, the judge gave you the code of ethic. Blah, 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 blah. And they constantly watching me. Constantly. Talk about what I did 2 years ago. That's the past. The past. And I try to tell the judge, I was like, look, even though I did what I did back then, I still have gotten Rule 22, a lot of them. They're gonna bring my past and tell me these people not watching. Right, guys? See, they be making me get out of character. Akers family, are y'all still in here? Dwayne, are you still in here? Dwayne, Dwan, are you still in here? Are you still in here? Jim Akers, are you still in here? Yeah, Fulton County was a trip too. Fulton County and Cobb County, those two counties. Oh, DeKalb, let's not talk about DeKalb. DeKalb is so freaking strict. I don't know what's up with these metro Atlanta counties. But when I go on the outskirts of the county, they are so nice. They don't go through all that. I have no problem getting my Route 22. But these counties up in metro, please. They be gatekeeping. They be so upset that I'm covering the case. I just want the whole system to be fair and right. Everybody deserve a fair trial. Not everybody can afford a steal, but everybody deserve a trial that is transparent to the public. Not no fake stuff. Is the Akers family is still in here? Are you guys still in here? I know you guys are very, very hurt and you gotta wait a little longer. But you gotta blame these jurors for this one. Can't blame Mr. Steele. You can't blame the judge. You can't blame the prosecutor. You gotta blame the juror. What the juror did is out of order. Do you think her having Brian Steele as a lawyer might make it harder to find a good jurors? What do you mean make it harder? What do you mean might make it harder? What do you mean by that? Can they get a change of venue? They can, but they need a surrounding county. Because remember, they still got to get. Well, I don't know about that, y'all. I'm trying to remember the case that I was just working on, and they were talking about the change of venue. What was the case I was just working? Come on, somebody help me. What is the case I talked to you guys about? And they just talk about the change of venue, and they're about to change the venue, and they said the judge wouldn't be around because they have construction going on in in Augusta, because they're thinking about moving it to Augusta. I was going to send Mr. Steele an email, but I forgot they did an AI video with his photo claiming he messed up Dirk case. Was it Cecil's? No, it's not Cecil's. No, no, no. It's a male juror. It's a male judge. It's not Cecil because I haven't done anything on Cecil recently. So it's a case that's recent. I was just doing. What is the case I was just doing? I'm doing so many freaking cases. I can't remember which one it is. It's a recent case I was doing, Kim. I need to ask Serena. Serena be around watching every time. Serena, do you remember what case I'm doing? That the judge said that they were going to go to the surrounding county because they felt that the jury pool. What was it? What was the case? I can't remember what case I'm doing, y'all. No, McDuffie's case is no. This is a case that's not up yet. Duffy's is done. No, it's a case that I'm doing now, and I went to the hearing, and they're moving it to a different county, and the judge announced that they said they will, but they fixing the courthouse area, and they won't get done until around July. What is the case? Nope, it's not Josh. Josh is still doing. No, it's not Josh. It's not Josh. I gotta go back to my paperwork and see what cases that. Yeah, I be having so many cases that I'm doing, and I can't remember. I just did. I was just around that case. Yes, thank you, Miss Flowers. That's who. Thank you, Miss Flowers. That's the one. That's the case. That's the case. Yes, that's the case. Yep, that's the case. Thank you, Miss Flowers. Winder. And they said, yes, that's it. That's it, Miss Flowers. Okay, Miss Flowers, you good. That's it. That's it. That's it, Miss. Thank you, Miss Flower. You remembered. Yeah, that's the case I was doing. Yep. And they asked for it to be changed. And Augusta areas. Yeah. That's the one. That's one. Thank you, Miss Flowers. Yep, that's the case. Because then I put in my Rule 22, and because I miss going to the hearing, and they postponed. Yep, that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. And they waiting for Augusta to fix their the courthouse around the courthouse, and they're gonna go. And I was like, oh, that's 2 hour and a half away. That's another long ride. I was thinking that, but it's a little bit closer to. Yep, that's the one. That's it. That's it. Thank you, Miss Flower. Yeah, that's the one I'm doing that one as well. Yep, they do the change of venue. Happy anniversary to Patricia, Brian, and Kim. Happy anniversary for your membership. You said change of venue or not, he'll still be found guilty. Oh, tell me how you really feel, Miss Flowers. You're welcome. You're welcome. But let me did the Acres leave? No, they upset. Did they leave? Dwan, are you still in there? Because Dwan had said shake her head. Um, I know they probably upset because of what I mentioned about the possibility of him unaliving himself. Because we don't know what happened. We can do is speculate. We don't know. Well, I'm not speculating because I don't know. I can't speculate on something I don't know anything about. But I was telling you guys what was going on in the courthouse, and what was being said by different people I was hearing. I'll tell you one thing. They both side have strong connection with strong family support. Both sides. So They got some strong support. But it's sad that they have to wait longer. Um, I just want the facts to come out on what happened. I did tell you guys about the guy that what he said, right? I told y'all about the Mason, the guy who said that he was going to it's not going to be good for the state if they call him as a witness. I told y'all what he said, right? That he doesn't trust the Freemason stuff. Yeah, both families said that he doesn't trust the Freemasons thing. That if he calls him, if they call him to testify, that he is basically going to ruin the state, and it's not going to look good for the state. And that's why I say something's not adding right in this case now. Something's really weird. The prosecutor's no longer there that originally signed off the indictment. Something's dirty in that milk. Something is really fishy. Fishy, fishy, fishy. Something is not adding up to me. And the poor prosecutors is working it now. They don't even know what the heck they're going on by something that was left. They inherited the stuff and they got to continue this case. And I know it, and I thank God that they have prosecutors that's not dirty. Well, they don't seem dirty. The two prosecutors working this case, right? They don't seem dirty. They seem very fair. Because let me tell you something. When I was at the hearing the other day, when they were doing calendar court, man, there was a whole bunch of people getting their cases dismissed, dismissed, dismissed. We chose not to prosecute, no loss process or whatever, no loss process. They were getting a lot of cases. He inherited a lot of cases that I don't know if the old prosecutor was doing a lot of screwed up stuff, but they were throwing those cases out left and right, left and right. They were doing a lot of throwing cases out. And let me tell you also what I found out. There was a case that went on in a jury pool, right? Do you believe they allowed one of the people that work in the public defender's office to be on the jury? Did you hear me? Do you believe that they allowed a person that worked in the public defender's office to be on the jury? And they got a not a not they allowed them to stay and they got a non-conviction on that case. You got to be very desperate to have somebody from the defendant a public defender's office in your on your case. That's got to be desperate. Yes. And you know they're going to vote not guilty. You know they're going to vote not guilty. You know they're going to vote not guilty. The public defender's office, they work right there. What? You know they're going to be not guilty. You don't even know if that case came to them. That's kind of crazy. Why would you let the public defender person on that case be a juror? That's crazy. That is so crazy. Nene said, "What late? Late? What case is this?" Oh, Nene, I know you're not asking what case is this. Nene, y'all know when y'all come in late to class, you gotta ask your classmate for the answers. No, but no, I was saying I was having a conversation with someone at the courthouse who works in the public defender's office, and we were talking about the jury and why they just picking all kinds of juries like this. And they explained, well, they picked one from our office, and that person was on the jury. And I'm like, what? Because today they let one of the police officers go because he worked in Cobb County sheriff office. They let him go. They let him go. So Nene said, reading the comments, LOL. um, yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. But you know what? At least this case here, you know that everything is being done in decency and in order. They're not just doing, and that's what I like about this prosecutor. This prosecutor that's working this case, he seems like a fair and even keel kind of guy. He doesn't seem like he got dirtiness behind him, like being dirty, doing some dirty trickery. He doesn't seem like that. I could be wrong, but he doesn't seem like that. And guess what? He used to be a defense attorney and turned into a prosecutor. Isn't that normally it's the other way? It's normally people are prosecutors and then turn to defense. Now he was a defense attorney turned prosecutor. So he got a soft heart. Hopefully you're right, Sylvia. About what? Hopefully I'm right about what? Hopefully I'm right about what? I'm trying to figure out what you're saying I'm right about. You talking about I'm saying that the prosecutor is decent? He is because there's a lot of cases. Remember, I just told you that he let go a lot of cases. He dropped. He no process that was left over, and he went and looked through the cases and found out there was no way for them to prosecute this person. And they were throwing cases out left and right. When I was sitting there, they threw about like 8 cases they threw out. They threw 8 cases out. They said they weren't going to process it. Everything, I guess you're the expert. I'm not the expert. Who said I'm an expert? Who said I'm an expert? I am definitely not an expert at nothing. I'm just giving you guys what happened at the courthouse. I am not an expert. No, but I did see him throw out a lot of case. I am not an expert, Nene. I am not an expert. Mm-mm. All I do is just give you what I see, what I hear. And sometimes, after a while, you just become so um great job on the Frost case. And y'all notice something? Y'all notice something? When I'm not covering something, what happened? People just like let it go, just let it die. Just like, for example, when they gave me a hard time with the Cecil case, you notice you don't hear nothing else about the Cecil case? You notice that? They were giving me such a hard time. That family was giving me a hard time. They were mad because I played the video of the young lady going to visit Cecil when she wasn't supposed to visit. They get mad because I only bring out both sides of what happens in the case. You can't get mad at me because I'm showing you stuff. Can't get mad at me that I'm going giving you both sides. Sometimes the ugly truth, it hurts. We can't just walk around and say, okay, it's only one side. It's not one sided. There's two sides, three sides to every story. You noticed that, right? They got mad because I was showing the video of the sister going to visit Cecil. And she had a fake name and fake relationship. And I mean, y'all, the truth is the truth. You get what I'm saying? The truth is the truth. You can't walk just looking at one side of stuff. You gotta, when you're dealing with the cases, you gotta, over the good, bad, the ugly, all of it got to be shown. So you get a fair assessment of what is the truth and what the judgment should be based on everything, not some things. You can't just take the lovely part and say, okay, this didn't happen because no. I was playing the video of, then I went and looked to see the name that she put down for I mean, come on now. You can't blame me. Can't you get mad and then now that I'm not covering it, you still mad. You're still mad. I mean, what's up with that? You're mad because you have the whole court system looking at me like crazy because you're mad because I exposed what your sister was doing. Right. Peace, love, and blessings. You get what I'm saying? They only want to see the good part. They don't want to see the whole thing. That's how you get the answer. And do you think the family of Akers is absolutely happy that I'm saying that there must be something fishy about what's going on? And they got to face the facts. They might be wrong. It could be a possibility that Daniel took his life. It could be. We don't know. But the likelihood of things happening the way we think is may not be that way. Because we only see the person we only want to see one side of that person that we love. We don't want to see the other side. You don't want to face the fact that there's some things that could have happened that we didn't know about, that they didn't know about. And they get the shocking truth. You know? So, and that's, I mean, it ain't cool. That's what happened when you, um, perfect example, the case we just completed, right? The case with the father doing that to his daughter. Did you see you remember that situation? The wife decided to take a plea deal because she didn't want the children to go through what they, to bring out what happened to them. And what that narcissist did, narcissist pleaded not guilty and had the kids on the stand. What ended up happening? He ended up getting 4 life sentence. And the hard truth came out. It is what it is, y'all. It is what it is. That poor little boy was crying for help. What did he do? Set the house on fire, and his sister ended up dying. Yep, justice was definitely served in that case, wasn't it? But that baby should have never died. If the DFACS people did their job, that baby would have never died. They would have got help then, before that boy decided to do what he did as a cry out for help. Nobody was listening to those kids. The school reported it, and what did DFACS do? They didn't even do their job. Now the baby girl's dead. Do you know the turmoil those kids went through? They have health issues because of that. What happened with Cecil is no, Cecil's case go back to they go to hearing. He has a hearing on August 26th. He has a hearing on August 26th. Yep. And Josh trial starts in September. His trial starts in September. And hopefully Cobb County will stop harassing me and let me do my job. Let me do my job. So all I want to do is do my job and not be hindered by it. I thought that was Nesto's trial in August. No, Nesto don't even have a date for a trial yet. Nesto don't have nothing for his case yet. Nothing. Nesto's on limbo because remember the Fulton County has that whole um World Cup going on, so they postpone a lot of stuff. There's nothing happening in Fulton County mostly. Everything's being done by Zoom right now. Said checking in since YSL. Yeah. I was going through some of my old You know what I don't need to do, Nene? I need to upload some of this footage that I have. I have so much footage of cases. I have so much footage that I could be showing because I even have because remember I covered that guy that him and his mom went to jail. What's his name? What's that guy name? The one that went to jail for trafficking. What's that guy? The rapper. What's his name again? That rapper, him and his mom. I got those footage too. I got that footage. I got what's the name's brother? Thug's brother, Gregory. I got those footage. I got so much footage. I got all those footage, y'all. I got so much. When I look at my library of cases that I've covered, I have so much. I got stuff you guys don't even know about. I got stuff y'all don't know nothing about. And people cannot tell me I don't work. I got all of Diddy's the videos and stuff. Remember those? I got all of that. Y'all remember that? Those phone calls and all that with Diddy's case. Y'all want to hear those? Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna put them all in members. Yeah, I'm gonna put them all in members because yeah, I got some terrible stuff. But then I gotta I gotta blurry some of that stuff because it's too nasty. The Diddy stuff is too nasty. You got some naked stuff on it. I got a lot of like graphic stuff from Diddy's. Oh, that's gonna be disgusting, y'all. She said, "Heck yes." Kim, you terrible. Oh no, Kim. I got all of that stuff. I still got that stuff. Remember I played the conversation, the Diddy conversation? I have those. I got a lot of stuff. Lord have mercy. I'm telling you, I need to write my book and put all that stuff in my book, right? No, I would blurry all the nude that because YouTube would ban me. Sean Kingston. That was the name that he used. And then I think, y'all remember when I had that Zoom and I showed y'all those pictures? Do y'all remember the Zoom that I had the behind the scene meeting with yeah, it was a little bit too much stuff, too much. It was too much. Yeah, I got a lot. I got all of I even have Young Thug's calls too. Y'all remember those calls? Tons of those calls. I got a whole bunch of those calls. I never put out those calls. Never did I put out those calls. Never. Ever, ever. Because I didn't take pleasure in none of that stuff. But I did want to get the calls for that guy, the roller skate guy, because I wanted to hear what he said once he got out. But you remember they tried to charge me $23,000 for those calls. I'm like, oh heck no, Those calls ain't that serious. I ain't paying nobody 23,000 for no calls. Uh-uh. I still got the calls from, remember Pimp Daddy guy? I still got his calls. I have a ton of his calls. Remember him? We were supposed to be doing a series on the Pimp Daddy guy. No, it's not worth it. It's $23,000. Mm-mm. Yeah, the Screamer. Yeah, I have all those. Oh man, I got so much stuff in my thumb drives and stuff. I got a whole bunch of visits. I gotta get that stuff uploaded some kind of way. Yeah, I need to do I should do like Country Rain, do a like a skit with all of that. Play them one at a time. But anyway, guys, I'm about to go. I I, did they give me hours? Let me see if she gave me the hours. Hold on a second. Hold on. Nope, she didn't give me the hours. So I'm gonna hang out with y'all tomorrow. Not worth it. Just put it in the book. No pics. You really need to learn how to upload. You have a wealth of videos. I do need to learn how to upload, y'all. I definitely do. Because people could be watching that stuff. I can make my channel grow again. I'm learning. I've been trying to teach myself how to do it. I'm just trying to find an easy way of doing it. Yeah, just need to do it. Be more blessed, Sylvia. Heart Doc Andrew 2028. Thank you. Thank you so much. I just have to ask God how to do this stuff here because he's gonna give me the guidance to do this. And I tell you guys, this is my passion. You see how I light up when I do these cases? I mean, I'm like in my element. I'm just like that's my happy place, y'all. My happy place. Domino's is not my happy place. I'm telling you, I complain every time I get in and I don't want to, but I do it to the best of my ability. I do. I'm number one in my numbers. I'm top producer, top driver, and all that. I do whatever I do it to the fullest. But it's not my passion. This is my passion. This is what I love to do. I love, love, love covering cases and stuff like that. I just need to find the right direction on doing it. But this is what I love to do. When I tell you I love it, love it. Oh, I want to tell you about the case me and S C Sheets has been doing. Oh, C Sheets. I really need to talk to them about that case. Um, C Sheets opened up my eyes to a case of somebody she knows that's in serving prison time right now. And when I started reading um the uh the case and the appeal that he tried and what he did. Oh my God, y'all gonna be so, I think I need to do it. I need to do that one. And I send it to myself so I can read it to the people. I think guys, y'all gonna love this case. And she said she could get me to interview with the guy too. Would you guys like that? You guys want to hear about this particular case? She was shocked when I started reading to her what happened and what he allegedly, well, I can't say allegedly because he was convicted. See sheets. We can't say alleged because he was convicted. How he first First, he tried to rob this old lady, right? This 84-year-old lady, right? Then he ended up shooting a police officer while he's in the interrogation room. He shoots the police officer. He jumps out the window, y'all. Jumps out the window. Oh, it's just a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's one of those Bonnie and Clyde type of criminal situation, and they catch him. He goes to jail. The police officer he shoots, he end up killing him. And he had locked the door. Well, C-Sheets thinks that the police officer locked the door, probably was trying to interrogate him some kind of way. C-Sheets says that this guy is a very quiet, easygoing guy. But what we were reading, and I didn't even finish reading it to her, what we were reading about him, oh my God, he's definitely like a Bonnie and Clyde type of, oh, it was terrible. It was terrible. Yeah. That one, we could do that one. I know I always promise I'm gonna do something with you guys and then don't do it. That's why y'all just be leaving me too. Cause I always say I'm gonna do something and be someplace else going. I think I might be a touch of ADDHD, whatever that thing is. I might have a touch of that. You say give us a T? I think I am gonna do that case. I'm gonna read it to you guys. And don't be talking about my reading either. I still can't read. I'll write him a letter and let him know. You were supposed to contact the person and tell them that I wanted to interview him. You forgot about that? Oh, then there's another case I'm doing. This guy that has been having problem with Cobb County. I mean, he told him he got, oh my gosh, we got too many cases. Well, he's been having problem with Cobb County, and Cobb County's been harassing him. They one of the landlord broke into his store. They stole some of his products. I mean, he been going in there. We gotta talk about him too. There's a lot of stuff. There's so many cases. I did. Oh, he hasn't spoken to him in a while. Okay. But yeah, y'all stick with me. You're gonna learn about a whole bunch of cases, like because we're gonna do a variety of cases. We're not gonna just stick. And I'm doing stuff other people not doing because I after doing Diddy's, I've learned to stay away from the crowd. Stay away from the crowd. That's what I've learned. Don't do what those other people do. Do your own thing. And I'm getting more joy of covering cases where nobody else is covering it. And when people Google and they see me for that particular case, I'm not doing the crowd cases no more. You say Atlanta's so corrupt. You ain't lying, Nene. You are not lying. There's some corruption. Yeah. I don't care who they put in position. They all got some ain'ts in them. So not saints, but ain'ts in them. Yeah, but I'm not doing the crowd thing. I stay. You notice I stay away from the stuff. That's why I didn't do that Carmelo Anthony case because I'm staying away from the crowd. Staying away from the crowd. If the crowd said they're doing it, nope, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing my own little cases and let my channel grow organically on my own little cases. So when people want to go look up what's going on in their family, you can see it right here on my channel. My own little case. Build my own little community over here. We're going to do that. Cover all different cases. But I definitely got to do the one with C-Sheets. This is a case that's already been adjudicated and he has already filed for appeal and they denied his appeal. But we got to read exactly what's going on. And then I'll go back and tell you guys what's going on in certain things. And did y'all hear Diddy's case has his dates have been moved up? He's no longer in April anymore. Now he's coming out in February. And we're still waiting for a verdict. It should be coming up probably next month. The judge's decision on his appeal should be coming up next month. we shall know what's up with Diddy. They already pushed his date up to there. All right, y'all. You guys, all minds are clear. Oh, are you guys ready for me to get off? Is it okay? I could get off now. Can I get off? Can I get off the live? Do you guys permit me to get off the live? Pretty please. No trial is tomorrow, so I gotta find something else to do. And remember my work. You said more tea? Okay, more tea. What kind of tea y'all want? What kind of tea you want, Nene? Nene haven't been around all this time. Now she wants to overdose on tea. See, she said I could go to sleep. We'll miss you, but oh, now Nene said good night. Okay, what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna pop up and do something for you. I'm not gonna we can go over Lacy's case. I'm so glad you caught you live tonight. I have a relaxing evening. Yeah, I am. It's 10:47. It's 10:47 now. Do you know I feel all out of place? I feel like a fish out of water. Cause now it's like tomorrow I don't have anything to do. I was all set to go to trial, and then I already put in for more hours at the job, and they haven't responded to me. Okay, I need to get off this live because I already talked about the jurors, and I don't want to get stuff mixed up anymore. So what y'all got to get some people up in here. We've been only getting like small numbers, and I understand that folks is not getting my notification, but you guys got to share. Share. Shout out to the Justice for Daniel Akers group on Facebook. They have been sharing my information. Shout out to them. Send out love, lots of love to that family, to those, because they're definitely looking for justice. And I just pray that God will heal their heart if it doesn't turn out the way they think it is. But God will heal them, that they will be at peace with whatever God reveals. And it could possibly not be her that did it. And they have to be at peace with it, I just pray healing for all involved, all family members. Pray so much healing. Because they need healing. And they're hurting. They want answers. And I pray God gives them answers. God is a healer. And that family, I'm telling you, that family, both families are beautiful family, both sides. I don't see nothing like nasty, but they're hurting. Both sides are hurting. I don't see that they didn't act nasty towards me. Neither side act nasty. Both sides were very approachable, very grateful. And I answered questions on both sides. I didn't feel the animosity towards me from either side. So I am grateful to God for that. And I just pray that God will give both sides the peace that they need, the answers that they need. And I pray healing among both sides. Lacy was probably going through some grieving, and maybe that's how she handled the grieving process, which probably did not fit well with the family. And that's probably why they became suspicious. But there's so much healing that needs to be done on both sides. And I'm praying God that He will heal. Cam, we just talked about yep. We just talked. Yep. Next hearing is on the 26th of August. Okay, 26th of August is yep. Next hearing. Okay, I will be there. And hopefully they won't harass me, because I thought Cecil family was going to be the one that was going to be nasty. No, it's Tangie's family that was nasty. Has been nasty to me. They're the ones been acting ugly and nasty. And they've been acting nasty with each other too. They've been fighting with each other. They're putting me in the mix of their fights. But shout out to the cousin who's still cool with me. She's a sweet person. But Tangie's sister, she need to get it together. She needs to go get some therapy. Because I'm not the one that's behind all of this. Yeah, I'm not the one. I'm not the one. She needs to get some grief therapy. And I gave her grace. I gave her the I let it slide, but she keep coming at me. She got come on now, lady. Can't keep coming after me because I'm not the one who caused your sister to go through this. I'm just giving out information. You just mad because, you probably feel guilty because you wasn't there for your sister. But can't blame me for that. Hello? Can't blame me. Can't blame me. You cannot blame me for you not having closure with your sister. And she probably told you some stuff. You probably didn't listen to her. I don't know. I'm just saying. Because you're making it me the problem, and I'm not the problem. I'm just giving information. That's it. So Cam, they're not trying to be grateful. And see now they sitting there trying to figure out what's going on with the kids, what happened, nobody talking to me. But see, if y'all wouldn't have messed with me, I would have been keeping up and giving you guys a 411. But no, y'all had to mess with me. And I said, you know what? I don't need this. I'm just gonna move on and go someplace else. Let me tell you, because there's other people that really appreciate what I do. You know what I mean? Like Tammy with the William McHugh case. What did she? Tammy was there for me. That girl just appreciated because she's all the way out in another state and she did not know what was happening. And I was bringing her the facts of what was happening in the case, and she was appreciative. She contacted me. She sent me texts, checking on me and things like that. But no, y'all had to be nasty contacting the DA's office and complaining and lying on me and all this kind of stuff. And now you're stuck. You don't know what the heck is going on. So that's your fault. Don't blame me. Because I was providing you the information, but no, you wanted to be nasty. So I moved on because there's other cases, other people that wants me to do their case. Like those brothers, they still out there for the Fritz family with the probate situation. They're appreciative. They come, they talk to me. No, y'all want to be nasty? I could move on. I got other cases. Now you're going to be stuck trying to figure out what the heck is going on in the court system. Now you go do the legwork yourself. See, that's what happened. They said, don't cut off your face. Don't cut off your hand to spite your face. Remember that saying? That's what they did. They thought they were going to hurt me. They end up hurting themselves. Now they don't know nothing. They got to try to figure out what's going on. Miss Sylvia's not doing anything on our case. That's because y'all did that. Because the brother come up to me talking about, oh, why I want to do this case. What's in it for me? What's it? Dude, your case is not the only case in the world. Talking about why you always interested and coming all up in the attorneys in the attorney's room when the attorney was trying to talk to me. Talking about why you doing all this case? What's in it for you? Not a thing. See what happened? I moved on. So obviously you see there wasn't all that for me. I was just providing information for the folks. So, and I move on. And where are you at? Trying to figure out what's going on in your case. That's on you. I could digress. I digress. But that's it. You see what happened with all these people that mess with me, right, y'all? Y'all see what happens, right? I'm still standing. I'm still here. They thought they were gonna dog me out and things like whatever you put out is what you get. So okay. All right, I'm about to go now. I have to let you guys go. Rosie's still in here. Rosie, are you in here? Rosie? Are you sleeping on me? You know, whenever I get to that 2-hour mark, I'll be getting tired. I don't want to be on the talking. And that's what happened, Kim. They turn around, they think they were hurting me. It's so much of the Lord's going to take it you do to his child. All of them, y'all. All of them. I was feeding them. Helping their channel to grow while mine dwindled. My channel was dwindling down and theirs was growing because they were dogging me out. They were talking crap about me, but it was using my content and they were growing. So how does it feel to grow now? You leaving, Cam Cam? Good night, Cam Cam. We got to have a little talk with Jesus and tell him all about your troubles. But let me go on my other channel because I got, we still got to talk about what we were talking about earlier. Remember? Let's go get off this live and go to the other channel. I'm going off to the slide channel, y'all, okay? I'm going over to slide channel. We're going to go talk over there. Slide channel. See you guys in a few. Bye.
Thank you for watching the infamous Sylvia channel, where laughter and fun make up our panel. Together we build this digital spree. We appreciate you and our growing family. With mods by our side and chat flowing free in this online space. It's just you and me, we laugh until tears roll down like the rain. In this virtual world, you ease all my pains. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. We cherish the moments, the highs and lows, from the latest gossip to stories untold. You're more than a viewer, you're part of the crew in this space of ours. It's all because of you. This digital world where emotion is shared, every post and reaction showing we care. The love is real in this virtual domain. With every sign, enjoys what we'll gain. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. This digital world where emotion is shared, every post and reaction showing we care. The love is real in this virtual domain. With every sign enjoys what we'll gain. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and